Good afternoon, folks. Welcome to this week's Family Ministry Moment. Manu here, excited because my house is starting to have Christmas stuff in it, which is also exciting. That means the Halloween stuff got put away already. But we are excited for the seasons as they're coming, and we're excited for Christmas as it's coming too. And just a quick plug before I get into this week's Family Ministry Moment. We're going to be having a family ministry Christmas party on December 22nd, and I hope you and your family can come join us. It's designed specifically for the students to come, and we're going to have a gift exchange and dinner and some fun time together. So that's on the 22nd. It's at 4 o'clock on Sunday night. So I hope your students can come join us, whether elementary, middle, or high. We're encouraging all of your families to come join us for that. So this week, I was thinking through the things that kind of impact and influence us as a community, but specifically how they impact us as individuals, right? And when we're going through our day, different things are influencing us all the time. I know that when I'm working, I'm listening to music, or I'm listening to a podcast while I'm typing up emails, or like doing some different things, writing lessons, writing plans. I'm always listening to something, and I'm recognizing those things are influencing me. I can tell you that when I'm listening to some music that's kind of upbeat, or just something that's rhythmic in the back, as I listen to a lot of instrumentals, and I'm just kind of writing a lesson, I notice that if it's positive, I kind of seem to be a little bit more positive upbeat. Do you notice that about yourself, where when sometimes there's just kind of music around you and things are kind of going upbeat, you're upbeat, you're feeling good? You know, it's interesting how the different things around us influence us, right? And how we then take those influences and act in the world around us. It reminds me of the scripture in Matthew 5 when Jesus was talking. We're looking at the book of Matthew, chapter 5. And we're going to start around verse 13. Well, 13. It says, "You are the salt of the earth, but if the salt loses its saltiness, how can it be made salty again? It is no longer good for anything, except to be thrown out and trampled underfoot. You are the light of the world. A town built on a hill cannot be hidden. Neither do people light a lamp and put it under a bowl. Instead, they put it on its stand, and it gives light to everyone in the house. In the same way, let your light shine before others, that they may see your good deeds and glorify your Father in heaven." I'm going to read 16 again. It says, "In the same way, let your light shine before others, that they may see your good deeds and glorify your Father in heaven." Verse 16 reminds us that what we do, what we say, how we act, people see, people witness, and we have the ability to be a light, a city on a hill, a place that people come to for refuge, a place that people go to for respite, for a safe place, for advice, for counsel, for comfort. Or it can be a place that people run away from, some place that people are scared of. We get to decide how we interact with other people, and we get to decide the impression we give them. Jesus, in those words in red, told us we have the ability to be the salt of the earth, the substance that gives the world its flavor, its purpose, its meaning, love. We have the ability to be the love that God has in this world. That's a pretty cool thing. It's a pretty amazing thing. And that's what influence is like. When we talk about what influences us, we hope that we influence other people in positive ways. But a lot of that is dictated by what we take in. And if we're taking in people that are influencing us in negative ways, we make choices that are bad for ourselves and for the people around us. Sometimes some of us have a hard time thinking for ourselves because we've let so many people influence who we are. And we don't take the counsel of our loved ones, our close friends, people we trust. We don't take the counsel of the scriptures and the forefathers of our generations, the folks who have learned and given us wisdom. Sometimes we take wisdom from outside influences who have no interest in who we are. We see this all the time. You know, we talk about how our students are influenced by social media influencers, by celebrities, by different personalities. But it's not just limited to students. I've seen adults talk about how so-and-so in the news said this, or, such and such personality said that. And somehow that becomes the rules. somehow that becomes their opinion. The reality is, that's not where our opinions should be coming from. Our opinions, our wisdom comes from God, and it comes from the people that we've learned to trust, that God has surrounded us with, that trust us and that love us. Now, I'm not saying we're not supposed to have critical eyes with the people around us, or even the scriptures. We absolutely are. The scriptures is a living, breathing work that God has created for us. We know that it continuously grows and it evolves with us. But isn't that just how it is? God evolves with us. God sees how we change, and God continues to help and support us. And if we're getting our counsel from God and the people that love us, and the people He has surrounded us that love us, we're going to continue to be all right, even in challenging, difficult times. So my encouragement to you, especially during these times, is, we need to be careful with what influences us. We need to be careful with what influences our families. So in this particular email, if you're not in the email, you can click the email list. You can click the link in the video. I'm going to be sending out this week a kind of a document that's going to talk about how social media influencers and other things influence the teens and the young people of today, and how they have access to that. And I'm going to be doing that from now on. I'll be sending out articles or different things that we can kind of think about during the weeks, and we can connect with and talk about. And this week we're talking about influence. We'll talk about how different things influence our young folks and us as regular people, as adults. Sometimes we think that, when we're in church, we're safe, we're protected from all the influence of the world, but, we spend 98% of our time outside. We spend all of it at work and at school and at our homes. It's not always at church, protected from the world around us. And these things influence us. You know what? That's fine. That's the way it's supposed to be. What we're supposed to be is that city on a hill, right? We're supposed to be that refuge that goes out there, takes those influences, and turns them into a positive thing, and turns it into the light of the world, right? Because it's not about the things that we encounter. It's about how we respond to those things that we encounter. It's not about the calamity. It's about what we're doing in the calamity, right? I love the fact that our denomination, the Methodist Church, is one of the first groups to respond during a crisis, right? That's a show of what we as Christians can do when the world is in trouble, right? After the hurricanes, we showed up quickly and we support one another, and we're still doing that. How we respond to calamity shows who we are. How we respond to things, how we respond to difficult times shows who we really are. And so my encouragement to you is to think through what influences you, right? Think through the stuff that you're reading, the music you're listening to, the people you have around you. Is it lifting you up? Is it encouraging you? Now, I'm not saying every single thing you have to read or listen to has to be the Bible or Christian music. There's tons of awesome stuff and content out there. But just be critical of the stuff you take in, right? Don't just let it influence you immediately. Question it, right? God gave us this ability to question the things that we have around us and talk to each other about it. Share the stuff you see out there, and question it, whether it's something you see in the Bible or whether it's something you heard on the news or read in a book. Share it with a friend, your neighbor, your partner, and let's talk about it, right? Let's do these things together. As we talk about this all the time, it's all about community. It's all about doing this stuff together. So if you're watching this when the weekend it normally comes out, the kids are going to be getting out of school because next week is Thanksgiving. So we hope to be able to catch you on Sunday because the kids don't have school on Monday. So hopefully we'll catch you at one of the services we've got here at church, either at 9 or 11:15. And of course, youth group will be at 4 o'clock. I'll see you guys there this Sunday.